Hello beautiful being, I'm Trini and welcome to In Her Dreams. I'm so glad that you've tuned in. This video is for the fire lovers, the candle magic lovers, and candle ritual lovers. I am definitely one of those. I love candle magic. I've always been drawn to the fire element, and you may find that you are as well. Maybe even from childhood. I know that I always felt like flames were so magical, and I was obsessed with candles and fire. And it's that fire energy inside of you recognizes the beauty of the fire that you're observing in the physical, and it awakens something. You recognize the power behind it, the energy that it has. And it's really cool to apply that energy and that power and use it to empower your rituals, your magic. So what I'm going to talk about is just some of the different types of candles that you can use and the different purposes they have, some of the different things that you can use to make your spells, your candle rituals more powerful. And also I'm going to talk about safety as well, some different things that you can do, because as spiritual workers, we want to do our rituals, but we also want to stay safe, right? So I'm going to give a couple of ideas as to how you can do your rituals and stay safe as well regarding fire hazards. And I'm going to talk about divination, ways that you can look at your candles and your candle wax and understand what spirit is bringing through to you about the manifestation of your ritual, of your intention. So the first thing I want to talk about is just some of the different types of candles that you can use, because they all serve a different purpose. Some rituals that you do, you want to do it quickly. You want to do it in under an hour or maybe 2 to 3 hours and it's over. Other rituals, you want to keep it going. You want it to be an extended thing where you are really letting that energy build and build and build and giving it time to really go through, okay? So for quick rituals, I like to use either tea light candles, I like to use chime candles, or tapered candles. So chime candles are these little candles here that you're going to find usually in packs like these. I like to buy these on Amazon. They come in all different colors. I love these because you can carve in them, and that's one thing that you can do to make your candle rituals more powerful. If you're doing this pertaining to another person, you can carve their name in it, and that's serving as a tag lock or a connection, energetic connector between your ritual and that person. Okay, you're connecting the energies there. So you can carve a name. I love to carve a pentagram on my candles because the power of the pentagram is so undeniable. And there you're not only combining the energy of fire with your ritual, but also of the 5 elements with the pentagram. Okay, so I love to do that. If you do sigil magic, you can carve a sigil into your candle as well. You can get really creative with your carving, but I love to use chime candles. Make sure to purchase, if you haven't used these before, make sure to purchase, I don't have one right here on my table, but a little chime candle holder. That's what it's called, a chime candle holder. You stick it in there and then you can light your candle. Now, with any candle ritual, you'll want to charge the candle. And so what I like to do is hold it at my heart chakra or my solar plexus chakra, either or, depending on the type of working I'm doing. And I'll connect with my spirits. I'll focus on my intention and put that energy into the candle itself, so that when you light it, it's got more energy than just this candle here. It's connected to your energy. You can also make your candle rituals more powerful by anointing them with an oil. If you have a ritual blend or an intention oil that you like to use, if you are not interested in purchasing anything like that, you can use olive oil. It is very powerful and very protective. You can use grapeseed oil. There are lots of different types of natural oils that you can use to strengthen the energy of your candle magic. You can also use herbs. I have tons of jars with different herbs in them, but this is one mix that I use. So you could just take some herbs, whether it's some dried rose petals or sage or burdock root or whatever it is that you like to use that corresponds with the intention that you're setting. You would sprinkle some of that on there, rub it in there, and charge it, okay? You can also use crystals. So it would be kind of hard to use a crystal with this, right? But you can also use, for a quick ritual, you can use tea light candles. And I do buy them in bulk. I like to buy mine at IKEA because you get a nice big old pack like this. This is a pack of 100. I used to get them from Walmart, but the Walmart by me stopped carrying them in the 100 pack, so I just order them from IKEA. And you get a nice big old pack like this. These are great because you can carve them, and you can also you can sprinkle them with your herbs and put some oil on there, but you can also set a little crystal chip on there. So this is my green aventurine. This is great for peace. It's also great for prosperity. So you can put that on your tea light candle and charge it, hold it at one of your chakras, whichever one resonates with you for that particular working, and set your intention and then light your candle. I love those because both of those will last for about, usually for about 2 hours, give or take. Also, remember your colors. So like I like to get this color. Sometimes I pick up my tea light candles from the Dollar Tree. They come in very small packs, but I like them. I love to use this color for Oya. I burn these on my ancestor altar, and her color is like a brick red, so I like to use these. You can also get, like, if you're doing reversal magic, or if you're doing banishing work, or if you're refreshing a work that's banishing or reversal, then you can just light a gray candle or a black candle, okay, a tea light candle. And so that's really wonderful to use those tea light candles when you don't feel like spending a lot of time with that particular ritual, or if it's just something quick, okay. Taper candles are wonderful as well because just like the chime candles, you can carve in them, but you have a lot of space here. You can get really fancy with your sigils and with your tag locks, with your names, whatever it is you're doing. Some people like to get fancy. If it's reversal magic, they'll write names in reverse. You can get really fancy with it, but whatever resonates with you to connect you to that intention, okay? And I love using taper candles because they take a little longer to burn, but it's not for days and days, okay? So this would probably burn in about three or so hours, okay, give or take. Another thing about the tea light candles is if you do spell jars, which I love to do, because I have a video on spell jars. I'll try to link it in the description box. But if you have a spell jar, these are wonderful because they build, the energy in them builds over time. So the longer you keep them, the more powerful they get. So if you have this, say, sitting on your altar or maybe on your nightstand or whatever, and you want to refresh or reconnect with the energy of this working, then you can take a tea light candle and just put that, I'll show you. You can just put that right on top of it, you know, charge it, put your crystal on there, whatever you want to put, your herbs, your oils, and then burn it, okay? So that's a wonderful way to keep your spell jars going and very powerful. Please be aware that when you put herbs and oils on a candle, you don't want to overdo it because sometimes it drowns out the flame, and so your flame is not as bright and powerful. And for candle magic, a bright flame is a wonderful sign. It means the connection is strong and things are going really well. So you don't want to get carried away with the oil and the herbs. It's not about piling it on. It's just about using enough for you to make that connection with the correspondence of that herb and oil and put that energy in there. Now, these are one of my favorites. I love these 3-day, I call them 3-day candles because typically they're going to burn for about 3 days. They're really called 7-day candles, but very rarely do they ever burn for 7 whole days. Now, if you're burning this, you are more than likely not going to put it out. If you do have to put it out, I would use a candle snuffer like this and put it out, and then you can continue the working later. But I like to, once I light a candle, I like to let it burn, unless it's something like that that I'm using for connection, but also for ambiance. So I always, since it's a spirit candle, I put it out with a snuffer. I never blow it out, because to me it just feels like I'm dismissing the spirits. Anything that I'm telling you in this video, I want you to make it your own, and you do what resonates with you. I'm just sharing with you what makes sense to me, okay? But I do not blow out my spirit candles, because I feel like I'm blowing spirits away, and I don't like to do that. I want to keep my spirits there until the ritual is complete. So what you can do for a 3-day candle or a 7-day candle like this, if you want to keep it burning, you can place it in a heat safe dish or an oven safe dish, like a ceramic dish or a baking dish, and put about a 1/2 inch or to 1 inch of water in it. And then you set it on your altar, or set it wherever you're burning it, and you can let it burn. That is going to reduce the risk of, if the candle does break or burst, there's water there, okay? And so it's going to fall over into the water. You can also use your bathtub in the same way. So your bathtub is like a big cauldron, okay? So it's, you can leave the water standing in there and then put your candle in there and just let it burn. I would also be careful if you have a cat that likes to climb and knock things over. So that's something to keep in mind if you do candle magic. But you can definitely pause your working with a snuffer. It's just that I really like to keep my candles going. So that's personally what I do, okay? You can purchase these at a Botanica, okay? You can purchase these at the Dollar Tree. I'm gonna be honest, I like the ones from the Dollar Tree better, because I have never had one of these candles from the Dollar Tree break on me. And I have burned hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of candles, okay, from the Dollar Tree. They have never broken on me. From the Botanica, the nice thing is you get more of a selection as far as how big they are. You can get ones that are so huge they burn for weeks, okay? But some of those candles have broken on me while they were burning. Now, it was very good, because in both cases when that happened, it signified that the manifestation went through with so much power. So that is divination. When you have a candle that breaks on you like that, or it kind of bursts, it'll pop. What that means is that the power behind the manifestation of that ritual it's a sure thing. I had the biggest windfall of my life with an abundance candle that I was burning, and it popped, and it was from the Botanica. But you know, it brought something very good. But when you're thinking about safety, if you're not comfortable with that, just know that I definitely recommend the Dollar Tree candles. I just think they're really good. They're very dependable, and they do burn for about 3 days, okay? Now, what does it mean as far as how your candles burn? This is how I love to see my candles burn, okay? So when they're all done, you can see that it's pretty much clear, and there's nothing, like there's no smoke that's there, and it's just clear, clean. That's a message from Spirit that everything is very clear, okay? If you have something like this where you can see that there is, I hope you can see it the way it really is, but there's, it's a little bit of smoke down here, but at the top there's more. And what that signifies is that Spirit is supporting you in moving out negative energy from your ritual, from the manifestation of what your intention is, okay? So with black smoke, what that means is there is interference around you. There might be someone who's trying to send negative energy your way. There may be some obstacles. There may be a tough person that you're dealing with that would try to block you or present an obstacle for the manifestation of your intention. I wanted to get one for you to show you that was like all black, but I haven't had one burn all black in a long time, so I don't have any. But if you burn a candle like this and it is all black, what that means is that there is heavy interference. And so what you'll want to do is repeat the working, or in many cases what I like to do is pause that working. I'll let the candle burn, but then I will do an uncrossing working to remove the negative energy. And I'll also sort of reflect on my plan. What is it that I am intending to manifest? Does it make sense? Am I putting something out of order? Are my priorities really aligned? And I like to just rethink it and reflect and ask Spirit, you know, am I really aligned here? And then after doing that uncrossing work, come back to it and repeat the ritual. Okay. So that is really cool to do, because when you're looking at how the candles are burning, you're getting messages from Spirit. Another thing that I like to do is, especially candles like these, when you burn them, or if you do like a figure candle for a love working or for a prosperity working, as the candle burns, it will leave wax, right? And that happens also with these chime candles sometimes as well. So it'll leave a pool of wax. So you might want to put a plate underneath. I like to purchase plates from the Goodwill and cleanse them and make sure that the energy is good. And I put that underneath. You can also use aluminum foil. But you'll see that the wax pools and it's in a certain shape. You can gaze into the shape of that wax and see what it looks like. Okay, so I might have a picture. If I have a picture of a working that I did, it was a love spell and it was the shape of a heart. The wax was in the shape of a heart. Things like that are really cool signs. Also, when you're doing figure candles, you can see like how closely they melted together, or if it looks like they're melting apart from each other. All of those things are signs from Spirit as far as how your working is going and how the manifestation is coming through. A common question is what to do with the leftovers, the remnants of your spell. Let's say, for example, you're doing a love spell. You can make a Gris bag, and this is one that I did for a love spell, and you can put in some of the herbs that you used for that spell. You can put in the candle wax remnants in there, and you can put it underneath your mattress. You can put it in your lingerie drawer, wherever it is that you are going to be reminded of that working, and it's going to give you good vibes. You can do that. Okay, if it's a prosperity ritual, you might want to put that Gris bag. You might want to use I had a velvet bag, but that's really nice because it's like things are going to seep through it. Okay, or seep through it, so it'll hold it nice and tight, like one of the little velvet bags. You can put it in there, and you can put it in your purse. So that's really nice to keep a reminder of that working with you, so that you are constantly manifesting and continuing to manifest that working. Okay, so that was just a little bit. I could go on and on and on for hours about candle magic, but I just wanted to give you some tips as to things that you can do to make your candle magic more powerful and to enjoy it more and to feel safe doing it, because it is fire. And so we want to be safe, but also give Spirit room to do its thing. Okay, if you do candle magic, let me know, like, what are some things that you do, or some insight that you came across in this video, or maybe there's something you do differently. Let me know. Okay, comment below, and also please be sure to like and subscribe. Okay, thank you so much, and I appreciate you tuning in. I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings, and lots of fun candle magic. Ashe. Take care.